Hey guys, what's up? Jamie here, and in this short video, I want to go through a post that I shared a while ago, actually talking about how we're getting around about 5 to 8 plus calls booked every single day. And it's a really exciting strategy that I wanted to share with you guys because of how remarkably simple it is and how basically anybody can implement this right away. Now, a couple of disclaimers. There's not a bunch of podcasting stuff that we're going to be talking about in this particular video. One of the strategies that we're going to be implementing is using this with a podcast, but I'm going to cover that on a later video. I think this is one of the really, really powerful things that you guys can understand that can sit alongside anything you do in your business. If you do this consistently every single day, then what you're going to find is that every single day you're going to have consistent booked calls coming into your high ticket coaching business. And it can be the difference between, constantly making sales and being completely up and down when it comes to revenue. And so one of the first things to kind of understand with this is that this is all based on value and actually being able to deliver a result. The number one thing that you need in order for this strategy to work is a great product. And what I mean by this is that you actually have to be able to produce that magic word, which everybody loves to talk about. It's results. If you haven't got results, if you haven't got social proof, if you haven't got, some way that you can show your audience that you actually help the people that you work with, then you need to go and get results. And so if you haven't currently got results, it's usually because of one and two things. Either you don't have the skills or you just haven't put in the work to get results for clients. And so what I mean by the work is it's super easy to go out onto Facebook, onto any platform really, and say, hey, I want to work with 5 people who are this type of person to help them do XYZ completely for free. And you just go and work for them like a dog for a week to 2 weeks to help them get a result. Recently, one of my students, Derica, did this, and it was amazing because in the space of about 2 weeks, I said, look, you need to go and get results for people. She went, she worked inside of those businesses, she got incredible results, and it came the foundation for now her business. She actually runs an appointment setting agency, and now she's getting clients all of the time because she's proven that she can get results, and it became very, very simple. And so there is no substitute for this. You have to have a great product, a great process in order to be able to actually get results. And a lot of the time this comes down to the skills that you have and the work that you've put in to get other people results. A lot of the time the skills is the very first thing that most people overstep. They go out and say they want to launch a coaching business, but they don't actually have any valuable skills that they can monetize. And so it doesn't matter if you don't have the skills, but you need to go and acquire those skills in order to be able to do this. So anyway, rant over. That's the very first thing that you need in order to be able to be successful with this. And so I'm going to break this down into 3 main strategies that we're going to be covering in order to have success and be able to book consistent sales calls for high ticket clients every single day. The first thing you're going to need is daily social proof. And when I talk about social proof, a lot of people get misunderstood with social proof. A lot of people think social proof means a big, grand, shining video testimonial from a client talking about the amazing 6-month or 12-month transformation that they had. Social proof can actually be anything that actually shows that you've helped somebody or you've been able to help yourself. And so there's lots of different types of social proof that we do. You can have everything from personal social proof where you're talking about your own results. You can have client-based results where you're talking about what your clients have actually been able to achieve. You can have specific business goals, and so social proof about you hitting a certain milestone or booking a certain number of calls or hitting a certain net worth or being able to accomplish a certain amount of things. There's lots of different forms of social proof that you can actually put out there, and the key here is just to do it consistently every single day. The more wins, the more social proof, the more you're showing people that you actually know what you're talking about, the more clients are going to take you seriously. And so this is something that's very, very important. Now, we typically do this in 2 main ways. The first way we do this is on stories. And so we make them on Instagram. They go to both Instagram and Facebook. And actually now every single day we have 2, 3, 4, sometimes as many as 5 client wins that we post about. That's happening all of the time. So I'm very grateful that we have so many amazing clients, amazing students that go out there and produce these kind of results. Now, let me know down in the comments of this video if you'd like me to go and do a deep dive into how to get more social proof in your business. That might be valuable for some of you guys. If you want that, just comment down below and say social proof, and I'll make sure to make a video about this as well. Now, the second place that we put this is actually just on our feeds. And so I might put this on my Facebook feed, I might put it on my business page, I might put it on my Instagram place, wherever you want to put this. We might put it inside of our group. You just want to post it into your feed every single day. Now, this sounds like not that big of a deal, but in order for people to want to book calls with you, you have to show them what they're actually going to get when they invest with you. One of the biggest reasons that people either don't get a lot of book calls or they actually get onto calls and nobody buys is that the person, they just don't trust or believe that you're going to be able to get them the result. The fastest way to make somebody to believe is to give them overwhelming proof that you have something that is incredibly valuable. And I want to give you guys some context here. Like imagine you need to get surgery, right? You've got to get heart surgery, and somebody comes up and they're like, "Hey, I'm a brand new heart surgeon," and you're like, "How many heart surgeries have you done?" And he's like, "None. I'm straight out of college," right? Would you trust that person over the person that's had 30 years worth of experience, and they've been posting about the different people that they've been helping, and you see all of these successful case study stories of clients that have had amazing heart surgery and had that transformation? You would 100%, you're going to go with the person with more social proof. One of the ways that one of my mentors, who I love, Alex Mosey, does this is that when they actually get people enrolling in their gyms, right, they go put them in this little waiting room, and they have this big wall where all they've got on the wall is just picture after picture after picture of success case studies. It's literally a wall full of these case studies, these body transformations, these pictures, and it's literally a wall of social proof which says, hey, if you come to this gym, you are going to be able to get to your goals that you want. And so daily social proof is the number one thing that's super important, and I mean it every single day. You've got to be able to go out and to post those wins. Like I said, if you want me to give you more context in how to get a lot of social proof, how to create a lot of it, let me know. I can 100% share that with you guys in a different video. Now, the second part of this strategy to get those 5 to 8 daily meetings is actually very, very simple, and it's just based off value videos. And so this video right here is a really good example of how we do this strategy. And so when we create a valuable video, right, typically these videos will talk about things that are going to be able to help your clients. And so, for example, a lot of my clients, they are high ticket, right? And so they're also people that want to have a podcast, or maybe they have a podcast already. Another thing is a lot of them sell on the phone, right? And so this is kind of like my main criteria of customers that come in. So if I can make valuable videos that help somebody who is a high-ticket coach who wants to have a podcast, or is trying to grow their coaching business, if I can help them with one of these 3 areas, then a couple of things are going to happen. One, they're going to come over to me and have more trust inside of me and potentially want to get further help in order to grow their business. But the other thing that's really, really cool about this is that this doesn't require a lot of thinking. It doesn't require a lot of thought process. You just teach the stuff that you're really, really good at, and people are going to start to trust you. They're going to start to implement this stuff, and they're going to start to be able to get results. One of the most important things that you can be doing is actually giving value to your audience. There's a lot of people who have never worked with me who have come into my world, come into one of my groups, got some of my free content, and have built really successful businesses. There's one guy, I was laughing with him, his name's William, and when I first met him, William was kind of just getting started, through everything on his own merit. He's now got, his business like $30,000 a month. He does coaching with other coaches. His name's William Winston, and he's amazing because he comes into all of my free content, into all my free groups. He learns my stuff, he implements it. He's never paid me $1. I always laugh at him. I sent him a message the other day. I said, one of these days, William, we're going to get you into one of our programs, and we're going to see if we can get you to like $100,000. But imagine how much value that guy got from just actually learning that free content. And this is super, super important for you guys to recognize, because you may always find you get people that consume stuff for free, but what this does is it helps progress, it helps build trust, it helps move other customers further along, maybe just like this video is doing for you as well. And so as you put out these value videos, this is going to tie into the third point, which is very, very powerful. What we want to do is we want to put these value videos behind kind of a wall, right? And so this is my very lovely looking brick wall. We want to have the value videos behind it. And the reason we want to do that is so that we can actually create a community of people who want your help, right? There's a lot of people out there who, and I'll give you an example of the way not to do this, right? They make like a free group, and it's a group about XYZ. And then what they do is they go out and they spam the invite button, right? So they go and invite everybody from the great Aunt Muriel to that guy they saw across the road picking his nose once time to actual clients. And they invite everybody. And so they get as many people into this group as possible. They get like 2,000 people into the group, and every single one of them is just disengaged. They're not the right fit. It's not somebody that is going to be they're able to help. And it just sucks. Like they get the wrong people inside of it. Instead, what we like to do is we like to make the content the gateway into our group. And so the very first thing we do is we go out there and we create a 2-step post. And so this is a post where we just ask you to take an action. So just like this post up here, I said, hey, do you want this thing? Comment yes if you want it. And then when you said yes, I invited you into our group, and then we give you the content. And so it's a very, very simple process. It's kind of like an opt-in. But what this means is that everybody that comes into your group is somebody that wants something that you can help them with. And so what this means is the 2-step post is really qualifying. And there's this really great thing that I love about marketing, which is you get who you ask, right? Whoever you target will come to you. And so if you're targeting, I call them, Myron Golden taught me this, is the idea of freeple, cheaple, and preple, right? You've got the preple, who are the premium people, the cheap people are the cheap people, and the free people are the free people. If you can actually attract the premium people by creating content for premium people, then you're going to get much better quality clients who are going to be willing to invest and pay you more money. And so what we really like to do is make sure that we're targeting people with our content who are not only the premium people, but they're also solution aware. And I haven't got tons of time to go into this inside of this video right now, but somebody that's problem aware, you usually have to convince them of 2 things. You have to convince them on your solution, and then you have to convince them why you are the best person. So for example, if I targeted somebody that just needed more customers, and I'm like, hey, have you ever thought about doing a podcast? They'll be like, I've never thought about doing a podcast before. And I have to sell them on the idea of doing a podcast, and then sell them, secondly, on the idea why I'm the best person to deliver that podcast for them. I don't like selling twice. So instead, if I target solution-aware people, these are people who already have a high-ticket offer, they already want to or have a podcast already, and so they are already aware that a podcast and high ticket is the solution that they need. And the only thing I have to sell them on is whether I am the right person to help them take that next step. So I really like to target the solution-aware people. This is going to make your life a lot easier when you're doing these 2-step posts. Now, what happens is they then come into the group, and we have group questions. We have 3 questions when you join the group, and this helps us to sort of further qualify, and just make sure that we've got the right people coming into the group. And then once they come inside of the group, that's where we go and we give you that value video behind it. Now, the really, really cool thing about this is that you can create endless content to help people get ready to go to the next stage in their business. And at the same time, it becomes these really powerful lead magnets. So the thing I love about this is that back when I first got started in this whole internet marketing thing, if I wanted to make a lead magnet, right, I would sit and it would take me weeks, right, weeks to create. I think one time I spent 3 to 4 weeks making this damn PDF. There was going to be this lead magnet. It was going to be this be-all and end-all. And then nobody wanted the damn thing. It was like nobody thought it was valuable. Nobody actually wanted it. Here, just by creating a free value video, in the space of about 15 minutes, you're able to very, very easily and very quickly create a lead magnet that actually helps people to get to that next stage inside of the business. Now, the other cool thing about this is that when you do these videos, you can put neat little call to actions inside of the video like this, where I say, look, if you guys think this is cool and you actually want help figuring out how to get your coaching business to 40 or 50K a month in the simplest way possible using a podcast, then all you need to do is comment down below and say, Jamie, DM me, you're awesome, I want to pay you money, and I'll reach out to you and I'll talk to you and we'll get one of our program experts to chat with you to see if it's a really, really good fit to join the program. So you can cut a super awesome CTA like that. This is very meta. But most of the time, you're just asking them, hey, if you want help taking the next step, comment this down below, go to this link, go to podcastprofitaccelerator.com, you can apply and find out how we work there. And you're actually getting people to kind of come into your world through this valuable content. Now, the cool thing about this is that you can actually repurpose this content. So this content can go on a podcast, it can go on a YouTube video, you can go to a Facebook group. And so you're creating sort of an embedded call to action for people to actually get involved and to work with you deeper. And so this is the very second piece, which is just to create value videos. Now, you can do like I do and just do once a week. Recently, we actually started doing more of these videos. So I might record 3 or 4 of these videos back to back just to put out more value inside of my community. So again, I can just help people kind of get to the next level inside of their business. And so these are the first 2 things. We want to be posting daily social proof, and we want to be actually creating valuable content and attracting people from our profiles to kind of come behind our wall so that we can then target those people and help them to take the next step. Now, the third piece, and this is where all of the book calls and the money is made, is actually following up. And how we're going to follow up with those people is actually using Facebook Messenger. And we actually do this with an appointment setter. And this is something that inside of my program, we kind of teach you how to go and find these appointment setters, how to interview them, how to make sure you don't get someone that's absolutely terrible and does a really bad job and just costs you money. Trust me, I've been there. I had a VA that used to work inside of my business, and I got him to go, and I thought this was a brilliant idea. I got him to go and message like 500 of my potential prospects, potential people that I might be able to sell. People who'd been in my world, who'd gone through my products, all of that stuff. And actually what happened was he basically burnt all of those people completely to the ground because he didn't have quality, sophisticated ways to talk to these people to help get them closer to where they might actually need some help and really understand our value that we can bring. And so I ended up just burning, literally tons of great potential prospects by hiring the wrong person. Do not do this. Do not hire a VA. If you're going to get an appointment setter, you want to have a proper quality salesperson. And so in my business right now, I have 4 salespeople. We have 2 who work in the sales closing role, are sort of program experts. And then we have 2 who are actually in the appointment setting role. And every single one of them earns in excess of at minimum $100K a year. A lot of them are actually going to earn a lot more than that by the end of the year. And so some people are like, Jamie, you're crazy. Like, why would you pay out $400,000 every single year to people on your team? That's absolutely insane. Well, most of the time when you invest the $400K into that team, it's going to give you out $2 to $3 million in return, and they're going to drive and grow the business without you being involved. And so I wouldn't recommend you start off hiring 2 salespeople and 2 appointment setters, but actually having an appointment setter in your inbox in tandem with the social proof and the value videos is going to be one of the big key pieces that's going to drive you to book a lot more sales calls and actually get a lot more momentum inside of your business. Remember, the number one piece here is that we're really focusing on results. We're focusing on value. We're trying to prove and show people that we have results via the social proof, and then we're actually trying to get them results in the value-based content. And then what we're doing in the follow-up Facebook Messenger is actually just following up and continuing to help this person, to help them understand where their pain points are, to shine a light on what is slowing them down, and actually help them to get to the next step. And so when we're looking on follow-up Messenger, this would be my advice. When you're actually in Facebook Messenger, one of my favorite things to do is to make sure that you're having meaningful conversations every day. And our appointment setters right now, we target them to book 6 booked calls a day. And that's kind of like their targets and what they work towards. And that's per appointment setter. And the conversation is very, very simple. Usually we're really just helping our prospects understand, first of all, what's their goal. Second of all, what's the challenge that's stopping them from getting to that goal? And 3, how can we actually get them onto a call in order to help them? These are kind of the 3 main things that we're trying to do as we go through the follow-up messenger. Now, depending where you are inside of your business right now, you might be saying, well, Jamie, I can probably do that myself. I don't want to pay a person $100,000. Like, I don't have that kind of capital. My advice in this situation, and this is how we pay our appointment setters, is actually to pay them on commission only. Now, it depends on how you want to operate when you're paying your appointment setters. I actually pay my appointment setters far, far, far above the industry average. I interviewed a lot of appointment setters to try and find the right people to work inside of our company. And what I found out and what I discovered is that, the average, appointment setter is typically earning anywhere from about $100 to maybe $300 for their sort of booked calls. And so if you have a $10,000 program, I would actually recommend you to pay higher than the industry rate. We pay our appointment setters 5% of the commission, and then we even give them a bonus, and we'll pay them 7.5% on any of the pay in full close deals that happen if they're able to go and get this booked call volume, booking 6 calls a day. Now, the reason that this is absolutely fantastic is one of 2 reasons. One, you're able to pay your setters a lot of money, right? They're able to earn a really, really good living. And I'll break this down for you. Let's just say, for example, that your appointment setters are booking 6 calls a day. And so if they're working 6 days a week, that means that they're going to be booking you 36 sales calls every single week, right? Pretty good, not bad. Now, let's just assume that you're going to have about 9 of those people that don't show up, 10 of those people that don't show up. It's about average a 30% no-show rate. And so you've got 26 calls that are happening, right? 26 calls where people actually show up. Now, let's just say you've got a pretty average close rate, right? Let's say it's 20%. Then that means that you're going to be closing about 5 deals. Now, if you've got, and let's just say you've got a 6K program in this example, right? Let's say your average cash collected value is 4K, because some people take payment plans. That means that you're going to be collecting 4 times 5, about 20K a week in cash collected deals if you're closing at about a 20% rate. Pretty good, right? So what does it cost in order to pay an appointment setter to do that? Well, you're getting 80K a month in revenue just by having one appointment setter doing their job, hitting 6 book calls a day. And what do they get out of this agreement? Well, let's assume that they hit their goals, right? From this, what has happened is from the 80K that you collected, they're going to get 5%, which means that they're going to walk away with around about, let me do some quick math in my head right now, about 4K if they've just got the standard kind of commission package here. So let's just look at this again to make sure that's right. Yeah, 4K is actually wrong. Here's what they would actually earn. So what you've got is you've got 5 deals a week. And so each deal, if it's a 6K product that you're selling and they collect 4K up front, they're going to be getting $200 on that deal. Or if they pay up front, they're actually going to be getting, if they're paying $6,000, they're going to be getting $300. But if you do the 2.5% bonus like we do, they actually get $450 if they get that pay in full deal. And so let's say out of the 20 deals that they have in a month, let's just say, 75% of them pay in full and 5 do a payment plan. They're going to be getting 15 deals at $450 and 5 deals that are going to be worth, actually once they go through and make all the payments, it's actually going to be worth $600, but they're only going to collect around about $300 up front in terms of the payments coming out. Sorry, about $200. And so overall, they're making $1,000 over here on the payment plans, and on the 15 deals, we've got 15 times 450. That's $6,750. So our little appointment setter over here, they're able to collect $7,750 of cash, but what they're actually generating for you is in excess of $100,000, $150,000 in revenue, and so they earn a pretty good living, and then you're also generating a lot of cash as well. And so for everything that you're collecting in cash, you're only giving up 7.5% to 5% of that commission to your appointment setter, which is very, very powerful as you scale and kind of grow the business. And so this is the third piece, which is one of my favorite pieces inside of this process, is actually to make sure that we follow up in Facebook Messenger, go after the goals, challenges, and get them onto a call and pay those appointment setters as a full-time appointment setter, but on commission. And so what we're left with is these 3 key pieces. The first is amazing social proof. So by posting every single day, we get to show people, hey, we're able to deliver results. The second thing is by making value videos, what we're able to do is actually pull people in, attract more people into our group so that they can have conversations with our appointment setter. What also is happening is we're showing people how we can help them. And just so you guys know, everybody that comes into your world, they come into your group, they do really want help getting to the next level. That's why they're there. They wouldn't be in that group if they weren't looking for help. And so you've just got to be able to show them why you're the best person to help them get to that next level. And then the third piece is actually having that appointment setter, somebody that works for you full time in the inbox. And we literally have 2 people working 6 days a week, 10 hours a day, every single day. That's 60 hours a week, just full time, helping our clients, helping our customers, helping them see how we can help them grow inside of their business. And at the same time, generating a lot of book calls, actually helping us to create more impact and make more sales at the same time. And when we have the appointment setters, what these are doing is they are advancing your conversations. And so as you're helping people to see the results, as you're helping people to get the value videos, your appointment setter then helps advance them to the sales team so that you can actually show them, hey, this is how it is that we're going to help you. So guys, I hope this is powerful. If this is something that's valuable to you and you want more context on how to actually create a lot more social proof, just drop social proof down at the bottom down below. And if enough of you ask, I'll probably do a video on how we create social proof. If any of you guys want to connect with one of our appointment setters and really learn how we can help you to implement this in your business and get you those 6 to 10 book calls every single day like clockwork, just comment down below and say, Jamie, shoot me a message, and one of our appointment setter teams is going to reach out to you guys and try and see whether we can help you inside your own business. So hope this is valuable, guys. Have an amazing day, and I'll chat with you guys soon.